Hello, everyone. Hello. So, okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying to change. Nope. It's the smallest I can do here. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Irina, for the advice. Irina Malerova is helping me out because we are trying new things today for our webinars. So you probably can see from the beginning, yeah? Okay. Okay. So I see that everything's fine. I see people from Dnipro, Snyatin as usual. Okay. Kharkiv. Hello, Lviv. Hello, everyone. Hello, Kyiv, Chernivtsi, Dnipro. As usual, we have a lot of people from all around Ukraine. Okay. Zaporizhia, yes, Irina is here. I even think that Victoria Kolesnik is here too. Finland. Wow. I'm always amazed about how many people from around the world and not just Ukraine are here attending our webinars. So it's so much fun, and also it's very interesting to say the least. Okay. So, yes, hello from Poltava, hello from Dnipro. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my Zoom decided to do whatever he wanted. Okay. So, yeah, we are trying out new things. So good day. Yes, it is a good day. Ternopil. Okay, Dnipro. Again, Dnipro. Hello, Kherson. Hello, everyone. So, how was the start of the school year for you? Was it fun? Rivne. Hello, Rivne. Was it fun? Was it enjoyable for you, the start of the new school year, sorry. It was hard. Alessia says it was hard. Okay, hard. Okay, someone said glory to Ukraine. Yeah, glory to Ukraine. Lutsk. Okay. Yeah, the alarms were not fun here. Yeah, rather hard. Yeah, I agree. Considering all of the events that are happening, yeah, it's hard. Okay. So, Lviv. Okay. So, do you think we should start? Yeah. So, I think we probably can start. Yeah. And I have a little bit of a quiz and a little bit of a introduction to our company, not just to the Linguist Publishing House, but also to Linguist as a company. And I will ask you to participate in the comments. And if when I ask you some questions, please be active, make sure you answer, because you probably know all about our company and how we grow, but let's check. Yeah, what do you know? What do you remember? Okay, so leave your guesses in the chat box. How many years do you think our company Linguist has existed for? So what do you think? Remember last year we celebrated our anniversary. So do you remember? Okay, I see Svetlana saying 20. Okay, 10 years, 26. Okay, okay, 35, 30. Wow, 15. Okay, so let me tell you that we are already 17 years old. We are almost adults, yeah? And we have been existing on the market for 17 years. And as you probably all know, we are the official representatives, yeah, of some of the world-renowned publishers. And of course, we are the leading distributor of educational literature in Ukraine. Okay, so we have at our disposal, both at Linguist Publishing House and at our Linguist company, as well as our formula, our sort of partner in the Linguist Publishing House. It's a part of our publishing house, and we are very, very proud of them. So we provide a wide variety of international courses of exam trainers and, of course, dictionaries and other materials, learning materials that you and your students can choose from, yeah, to improve their knowledge. Okay, I still see a lot of hellos and hi's from Kyiv, from Dnipro, Kherson. Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay. And you probably already know this, but you have heard this, that we offer a partnership program for our clients. And this partnership program provides special offers and special terms for our partners. And of course, we as methodologists, as ELT consultants, provide events for our loyal educators and institutions that are a part of our partners. Okay, you're doing good so far. So now, can you guess how many students that are now studying at schools use our learning materials, use our textbooks and our workbooks? So leave a lot, okay? Leave your guesses in the chat box. So it can be thousands, maybe millions, who knows? So let's see. I can tell you that it's definitely more than 100. Okay, so can you guess just an estimate that you think would be correct to cover this number? Thousands, 30%, okay. So, okay, 200,000, wow. 506,000, oh, 5,600, sorry. Okay, so it's more than that. You probably will be shocked, but we have 9,500 students, yeah? Hello, Nikopol. Yeah, so almost 1 million of our Ukrainian students use our textbooks and workbooks, which are adapted to new standards, and they are adapted by both Linguist Publishing House and Formula. So don't forget, we also have Formula, who provides really great, awesome textbooks and workbooks for teachers that like math and teachers that like nature. Okay, I will tell you a little bit more about it in just a second. Okay, so we offer some personal offers, as in assigned managers for you. Of course, we provide tiered discounts for our usual clients, yeah, and quick delivery all around Ukraine. So I know that you probably will be a little bit upset with deliveries, because let me tell you, it's high season for us and for our managers especially, and for all of the people who are involved in sending you the materials that you ordered from us. So we are trying our best to send the materials out to you as fast as possible, and trust me, if we could, we would send them to you via, I don't know, teleport or something like that. But sadly, it's high season for orders, and we try our best. Okay, and we host more than 250 webinars per year. We also host all Ukrainian conferences. As you have probably seen our Luku conference in spring, yeah, and you have seen our back to school conferences. We also host workshops for platform users, and we also give private consultations on demand from our clients. Okay, remember I told you about formula and about our partners, yeah, the other publishing houses. So we as linguists, and we provide the literature, the materials for all of these foreign languages, such as English, German, French, Spanish, Italian, and Polish, and much more. And of course, our formula provides learning materials, courses, textbooks for ICT, for math, and for science subjects, yeah? So please make sure that you check out all of the information and you find something that will work for you, okay? Good. So now we are moving on to our main topic of the webinar today, which is offering choice and giving voice, yeah? How to implement differentiated tasks in secondary school. So a little bit about me, very quickly about me, yeah? You already know this. I have about 10 years of experience. I worked with new standards in primary school and in secondary school. I teach a lot of different age groups. I use lots of different digital resources and activities, and in my humble opinion, yeah, I'm an expert in creating engaging materials for students. Okay, so usually the main topic that interests everyone, yeah, how can you obtain your certificate? Okay, I'll just quickly switch, yeah? So you will receive a letter on September 19th, yeah? So on Thursday. After you receive the email, you will fill out the form, the Google form. At the end of the Google form, you will have a link to the folder with the certificates. Then you find your certificates. I advise to use for quick search, the folder which is called для швидкого пошуку, for a quick search, and use it to find your certificate in it. Please remember, keep in mind which language did you use when you registered for the webinar, yeah? Because sometimes you write down your information in Ukrainian, sometimes you write it in English, and more often than not, you can't find your certificate because you are a little bit confused. You don't remember exactly in which language you filled out your registration form. Okay, so I have also a little bit of a surprise for you at the end, and I hope you will enjoy it. I know you will enjoy it for sure. So we will discuss the definition of differentiated instructions. Yeah, what are they? What are they useful for? Why do we need them? Yeah, we will talk about some strategies that we can implement in our classrooms when we talk about differentiation, and I will give you some tips on differentiation and how you can easily transform your classroom and achieve success with your students. Okay, so let's start with a little bit of an introduction, yeah, to differentiated instructions. So first of all, it's a teaching approach, yeah, that tailors instruction to all of the students' learning needs. So we are not looking at just an average student. We are looking at each student individually, yeah, and we are taking into consideration each of their learning needs. All of our students have the same learning goal. Can you tell me in the chat box which learning goal is it? So what is that wanted goal that all of our students are trying to achieve in the end when they attend English lessons? So, at least what do you think is their learning goal when they attend English lessons? I think the answers may be similar, but they may be different. Okay. So while you're typing away in the chat box, while I wait to see your answers, I will continue speaking, okay? So, but of course, seeing as we tailor the instructions, yeah, to students' learning needs, those instructions would vary, yeah, based on the student interest, on the preferences that your student has, on their strengths, on their weaknesses, yeah, on all of the things that create the learning environment for the student. Okay, I saw some answers. Get the knowledge, high marks, good skills, communication skills, use language, practicing language. Yeah, I guess when we combine all of the answers that I got in the chat box right now, yeah, it's basically achieve skills that will make it easy to use the language, yeah, productive skills basically, yeah. Okay, good. So we have some of the key principles that lay the groundwork, yeah, for the differentiated instructions approach. It's readiness. So what does it mean, readiness? Yeah, the students' prior knowledge and skill that they have before they actually start learning something new. Yeah, it's also interest. So the students' passion and their preferences in actually learning something. And of course, the student's learning profile. So the student's cognitive styles and his or her strength. Yeah. Okay. And the benefits that we will get from using differentiated instructions in our classrooms. First of all, it's increased student engagement and motivation. When students see something interesting, they want to learn more about it, yeah? And in return, it keeps your students motivated. Of course, it's improved academic achievement. Again, when students want to learn something, when it's interesting to them, their academic results will be growing more and more, right? Of course, it's development of critical thinking and problem-solving skills, which all of us are trying so hard to achieve, yeah, to make our students work on developing those skills. And definitely, critical thinking is one of those lifelong skills that will help our students not just in school, but even outside of it. And problem-solving skills, they are useful not just during the lessons, but in life generally, yeah? Because we need to be able to find ways to resolve situations, especially when those situations are connected to us, yeah, as people. And it's fostering a sense of ownership and autonomy. So knowing, yeah, what to do, how to do it without much help from others, yeah, having our own learning experience, so to speak, helps students feel more grown up, but not just in a physical sense, and definitely more in a like mental state. Yeah. So when they know what to do, they are sure about their choices. It definitely helps. Yeah. Okay. So what's the difference then? Yeah, between accommodation, modification, and differentiation. So these changes, they are all changes that us educators make to the curriculum, to the instructions, and definitely to the learning environment to meet the needs of each student. Yeah, but these adaptations make learning more accessible to students with a range of abilities. But let's not forget that they are a little bit different. They differ from each other. Yeah. So the accommodations, they refer to the support that teachers provide to help students, especially those who have special needs, to access the curriculum. Yeah. So for example, giving a student some additional time to complete an assignment or the task that you gave them for assessment. Yeah. Providing extra visual or verbal cues and prompts for the student to understand the material, maybe reading the directions out loud, and so on and so on. Next, we have modifications. Yeah. So modifications usually refer to the changes that we make as educators, yeah, as teachers, to educational content or to the methods of assessment. So, for example, we allow students to write a smaller portion of text when they need to complete a writing assignment. Yeah, so instead of 3 paragraphs or 4, we allow them to write 2 or maybe 1.5. We provide access to maybe audiobooks because we know that their listening skills are better than their reading skills. Yeah, so they ingest information better while they listen to it. Yeah, and maybe it's giving them fewer tasks for homework than others. Yeah, for example, so the more advanced students get like 5 tasks, but more weaker students get 2 or 3. Yeah, and of course, depending on the level of the knowledge of your students. Okay, and when we talk about differentiated instructions, it mostly refers to the ways that teachers customize instruction, just instruction, based on students' interest, background, and abilities. So some examples of this, yeah, so it's offering a choice for student in assignments and assessments. So yeah, they can pick and choose basically what they do to complete an assignment or an assessment task, yeah, to get a mark, a grade. It's grouping students by shared interest or ability when they do group work or peer work, yeah, activities. And it's allowing students to move ahead and taking the time to reteach skills for the students that need it. Yeah, so we know that a lot of students study at different pace, and when while someone may be understanding the material very quickly, others may not, and we need to provide this time and the resources definitely for the students to learn not in the same pace maybe, but definitely we need to let students have access to the materials and definitely let them learn at their own pace. Maybe right now they won't get it, but after 2 or 3 more lessons, they will get there. Okay, so let's talk about strategies. Yeah, so the first strategy for a differentiated instruction is, of course, content. Yeah, so what are we teaching? What are we giving our students? To differentiate content, us teachers need to consider the objective of the lesson, or the goal of the lesson that we are trying to achieve. Of course, providing students with some flexible options about content that they study, that they work with to reach this goal, this objective, and from using different presentation options, of the material. And students can be differentiated on how they learn, for example, the content. Of course, we can group our students based on their individual readiness or how they complement each other in a group, for example, And of course, we can vary the grouping of the students by the concept, that they are taught by. Some students easily comprehend the material when they see it. Some comprehend it more easily when they listen to it, or when they touch something, through touch, through smell, taste, and so on and so on. So we are all different learners. We have different types of learning in us, and we need to keep that in mind. And of course, we need to keep in mind the product differentiation. What does it mean? So, for example, we ask our students to explain a concept of a rule, for example, some grammar rule, or a concept of a writing assignment that they need to complete, and one student may explain that concept very shortly, while the other student will be like, oh, we need to do this, and he or she will keep going and going and going, and also that means that we need to be flexible in terms of assessment of our students, because again, one student will be quick, the other will be a little bit slower, and so on and so on. So we need to keep in mind that we are not giving grades for the quickness. We are giving the results, the grades, based on the results that our students are getting. Next, we have process. So how our students use the content that they have, their previous knowledge that they have, and how they spend not just their time, working on that material, but also on the time that they spend working on the material. Next, we have product. So again, the product, it can be the written assignment, the reading assignment, any assignment that they can get to do. Also, it can be a project. It can be lots of different things. And definitely learning environment. So the classroom environment also affects learning. We all know that if a student feels uncomfortable in the classroom, if he or she experiences some problems in communication with his or her classmates, it affects their quality of learning, right? And when they have great relationship within the classroom, it definitely boosts their ego, so to speak, and they feel more comfortable, giving answers in front of the classmates, and so on and so on. So each of these strategies can affect a student's life, and when we take all of them into consideration, it's easy to say that we won't be able to improve all of those strategies in our classroom. So we may work on content, we may be responsible for the content that we give to our students, but we may not be able to we may not be responsible for the end product that our students give, yeah, or maybe we can't control the process that they go through from start to finish, because they aren't living in the classroom 24/7. Yeah, they are going home, they experiencing things at home, they have different things going on in their lives outside of the classroom, and again, we can't fully control the learning environment. Yeah, again, because the students don't live in the classroom 24/7. Yeah, and the people or the person factor, yeah, so the personal factor in all of this plays a very big role, both in content, in process, in product, and definitely in learning environment. Yeah. Okay, so why should we offer choice to our students? Why is it important, actually? Yeah, and what does it give to us as teachers? Why is it important? So first of all, when we offer choice to the students, yeah, it increases their engagement and definitely their motivation in what they do in the classroom. Yeah, so they will more likely to be invested in the tasks that they choose to do. And remember, they have the right to choose which assignment or assessment they do. So they made this choice, not you, which of course gives them the motivation to complete it, yeah, because he or she chose it, or himself, herself, and he or she needs to prove that they can finish it, yeah, that they can do it. Of course, it's developing critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Yes, it can, but while our students are trying to complete, to finish those assignments or assessments that they chose for themselves, yeah, they improve their critical thinking skills because they think about it more critically, yeah, and they think, oh, I need to choose something that will make my work stand out. I need to present my work in a way that will show that I actually worked on it, not just copied it. Some students will just copy something from the internet, and that's fine. One time, a little bit of a story time right now. So when I was working in school, and I was a witness to a situation in the classroom. So I came for my lesson. It was the eighth grade. And so after my lesson, they had a lesson for Ukrainian language or Ukrainian literature. I don't remember right now exactly, but they needed to write an essay. And so it was a small class. There were like 7 students because it was a small village school. And so the boys, there were 2 boys who started to compare their written assignments, and one of them was like, you copied the same, yeah, Irina, yeah. So you copied the same story as me, and like, what are you doing? Why do you do it? Okay, so at least they are critical about what they are choosing, yeah, to use in their work in their classroom. Okay. And definitely that involves problem-solving skills, yeah, because now they have a problem, so the same essay for 2 students, and they need to think who should find a new one, and so on and so on, yeah. Okay, and the last but definitely not least, yeah, fostering a sense of ownership and autonomy. So students feel empowered when they know that they have a say, yeah, when they choose in quotation marks, yeah, what they are learning. Basically, you are just giving them a choice in which order they will be learning it. So you are giving them not an illusion of choice, but you definitely give them some controlled choices. Yeah, so it's not completely out of your reach, so to speak. Yes, Irina shared a link to our podcast, to Linguist Talks. You can hear a lot more of those interesting stories, both from me, from Irina, from Victoria, from all of our ELT consultants in Linguist. Yeah, and when students have that choice, yeah, even when it's a controlled choice, controlled by you, but they may not know about it, yeah, it gives them that empowerment. Yeah, they chose to do this. Not the teacher chose for them, but they chose to do it. Okay, so let's dive deeper into the strategies for the classroom. First one is ongoing formative assessment. Yeah, so when we talk about formative assessment, we can probably agree that it's a difficult process, it's a lengthy process, and it's hard, definitely a hard process. Yeah, teachers need to continuously identify students' areas of need, of problems, yeah, of their strengths, so they can modify how they teach, what they teach, in terms of what they teach, yeah, which material they present to students, and of course help students move forward when they hit a stumbling block, and how to make students go over that stumbling block, yeah, and evolve. Formative assessment definitely definitely needs more discoveries in it for Ukrainian teachers, and I think there are a lot of interesting information out on the internet that you can read, that you can look up, and definitely use formative assessment in your everyday life in the classroom. Next, we have response to intervention. So it's a very effective and focused on differentiation strategy, which normally is implemented as a whole school implementation technique. Which, what does it mean? Yeah, so it's a multi-layered approach to classroom learning, which allows teachers to identify learner abilities and to help provide better instructions for these students. So usually in schools we have these very important assignments that can be given anytime, yeah, and that way the administration can see the level of knowledge of the students, yeah, and while it's not an unusual thing to do, but it shows how your students respond to stress, basically, because any unexpected task that is given to the students provides stress, yeah, and that response to that intervention from others can help you see how your students respond to it, yeah, and how maybe you should change your vision on how you present information, how you give instructions, and more often than not, you see your students from a different side, yeah, when such things happen. Next, we have recognition of diverse students. So different students, you will probably all agree that different students have different levels of their skills development, yeah. So some are a little bit more experienced in reading tasks, some are more experienced in writing tasks, some are more closer to grammar, some are more closer to vocabulary. So there's not a student I think I can say that, yeah? There's not a student who can be an all-rounder. Even if there is such a student, it's a rarity, yeah, to say the least. So having students that are equally improved, developed, yeah, in all of the skills, reading, speaking, writing, listening, and so on and so on, it's a miracle. And so I'm not saying it to like joke about it, but from my experience at least, usually when a student is really good with speaking, he or she is good with writing and reading, but they have bad listening skills. Not very bad, but a little bit worse than all of the other skills they have. And it's completely natural that some students are better at something and worse at something else. And while we continue to work with our students on developing different skills that they have, we still use the ongoing formative assessment, yeah, part to see the ways that we can improve our work with those particular students, and how we can adjust our content, our plans that we have for the classroom to make sure that those students, yeah, are reaching the stars. Next, we have explicit teaching, yeah. So explicit teaching, it means that the differentiation, it's a big word, and sometimes I forget how many sounds are in it, and I'm like, differentiation. So the focus remains on offering students, so in explicit teaching, yeah, the focus remains on offering students a strong conceptual understanding of new ideas and knowledge, and providing them opportunities for individual and group practice. The phases of this strategy very frequently simplified to I do, we do, you do. Yeah, and that way we offer numerous opportunities to differentiation. In the phase of we do, yeah, teachers model the new knowledge that we are trying to present to our students. Yeah, we can also evaluate the understanding of our students, yeah, what they understood, what they didn't, and so on. Give feedback, of course, to students, which is a very important part, and of course, design some targeted interventions, yeah, and of support to the classroom. In the phase, which is called you do, yeah, teachers may walk in the classroom and offer some individual help for the students, the feedback that they need, yeah, invite individual students to provide, yeah, the information for others, and require their help to like help weaker students, yeah, and also teachers can create smaller groups for differentiated instructions, which will have some stronger students, some weaker students, and it will be very interesting to see them connect together. And of course, tied into explicit teaching is group work. Yeah, because group work provides students with the opportunity to see what others can do and try to take that, not take the decision from them, but provide them with the example of what you can do and how you can do it. Okay, so feedback. Feedback has a major role in differentiation, as I mentioned before. So actionable and timely feedback allows the learners to identify the next steps that they need to take to reach that goal that they have, yeah, to find maybe some problematic areas that they have while they work on a specific topic. And definitely feedback helps your students enhance their basic learning. And when your students know what to do, how to do it, and when you give them some feedback, yeah, some information, oh, maybe you should change this a little bit because this works better for you, and so on and so on. So feedback is a big part of student success. Next, we have problem solving. Yes, again. So the main focus of the lesson plan that we as teachers prepare for the lessons, yeah, is to keep in mind the concepts and maybe some issues that our students will face when they are working with a certain material, yeah. And when we give our students some differentiated instructions, when we choose different ways to give them information, it motivates learners to explore some of the ideas that they have heard about, that they have read about, and that way they will improve their knowledge on some of the key concepts in the classroom and outside of it too. And we have flipped classroom. I think a lot of you are already using this, yeah? So when we talk about flipped classroom, so the learning phase of the direct instructions usually happen online, yeah, or maybe at students' homes when they study what the teacher gave them. For example, students may access the content that they will be working with. Yeah, mostly it's like parts from the textbook, videos, audios, and something like that. And they can access them anytime and anywhere, yeah? And when we use the flipped classroom experience in life, so it offers teachers an opportunity to spend more of their time in the classroom with the students, yeah, not by explaining the material, but actually talking to students. And teachers can spend their free time in the classroom by addressing a group or maybe some individual students and provide them with feedback. And again, last but not least is choice. Yeah. So when we talk about choice, teachers can use it as a focus strategy and leave it up to students, yeah, to decide what they wish to read or write in a project maybe, and what task they want to complete, yeah. And while engaging students in this strategy may sound weird and like the easy way out, it may change different aspects of content that you are providing to your students, which will lead to improvement in students and in you also, and will help with creating some motivational assignments according to your students' needs. Okay, and let's talk about some tips that you can use on differentiation in the classroom. First is using technology to help students learn. How can you do that? Let me show you. So, first of all, can you tell me if you see my screen? Can you tell me in the chat box if you see my screen? Because if you don't, then we have a problem. Okay. Okay, I see pluses. Yes, thank you. Yeses. Okay. So you all know that we have this amazing IVD for interactive whiteboard material for Full Blast Class 6, which you can definitely use in the classroom for digital lessons, for digital part, for online lessons, and for offline lessons. It has the student book, it has the workbook, and you can use all of it. Also, let me remind you that we have this part of our Linguist Publishing House website, which is called «Для учнів та учениць». And when you click «Оберіть свій підручник», you click on the grade that you need. For example, let's choose grade 7, and we have Full Blast here, resources and fun, and let's choose module 2. And here we have the vocabulary with Quizlet cards. I think some of you have already seen it. If you haven't, check it out. It's very useful. And again, here we have some additional games on the word wall that you can use. They can be in different viewing options. I use this resource here, and of course we have some writing activities and we have some vocabulary revision, and all of this is for you to use at your disposal, and trust me, your students will enjoy you using it very much. So okay, so okay, let's move on. So the next tip is creating lesson plans that work for everyone. I have a very easy solution here. You all know that we have teachers' books, both in an online form and we definitely have them in printed form. And the teacher's book has a structure which looks like this. So we have a page from the student's book and we have the teacher's page here, basically. You can see that we have all of the goals, that we are trying to reach while we work with the lesson, but also you have a lot of information on how you can differentiate each and every exercise, how it can work in the classroom, how you can customize it basically for stronger students, for weaker students. And all of this is, again, all at your disposal. You can choose to use it or not, again. And you can use not all of those advice, not all of that advice. You can use parts of it. But again, it's all up to you on how you work with the material that you are provided with, So, for example, we have the aims, so we had the aims for the exercise. For example, here we had exercise 2, which is about reading, and you can see that we have 3 aims, not just one general aim, but we have 3. And it's discuss the topic of the text, and activate the students' background knowledge. It's to present the vocabulary structures that our students have encountered at the beginning of the lesson, and how they are used in a context, and this time in a context of a text about the sports college, and it's to encourage students to make predictions based on what they have seen, what they have learned from the text, and we have more and more advice on how to do that, different ways on how we can do that in the classroom. Should we have students look at just the title or at the title and at the pictures, and so on and so on? There are lots of different ways that you can do that, Also, some questions that you can use as prompts about the text, and that will help your students learn more about it. Yeah, and that way they will work through the text and they will understand it completely. For example, here, yeah, we have the speak and write task. Again, so we have not just the write an essay or write I don't know, write an advertisement or advertisement, yeah, and yeah, so do just that. So it's also the pair work activity which is involved here. Yeah, so you go to the pair work activity section and you go through the list of questions, you work with the material, and so on and so on. Okay, next we have providing feedback. I won't stop saying this, but giving feedback to your students is probably the most essential part of improving your students' performance. Providing feedback should be part of any teacher daily routine, be it an English teacher, a math teacher, I don't know, literature teacher, any teacher at best. And yes, it gives time, not gives time, it both gives time and takes time, yeah, to provide feedback. So yeah, you can schedule some regular meetings with your students to discuss some progress and maybe answer their questions. You can schedule those meetings offline and online. You can schedule them as often as you want, or you can use the breaks between the lessons and provide feedback then if you have enough time. But again, don't be afraid to give your students feedback. Even if it's very good or very bad, it's still helping your students with their improvement. Okay, and encouraging student collaboration. So one of my favorite pages in Full Blast, actually, it's project skills, the page which is called project skills. And this page has step-by-step instruction on how to achieve a perfect result when you work on a project, on any type of project, basically. Yeah, so we can see brainstorm ideas, plan your work, research information, yeah, create the idea of your project, proofread your project, and then present. And each step has some additional information that your students can use, but also this page has a project checklist. And when I started working with Full Blast in secondary school, I honestly was a little bit skeptical about it, but trust me, when you give your students this type of framework while working on projects, they will be very, very happy about it, because at least you need to give your students clear instructions about what you want to get from them, yeah, what product they need to present to you in the end. And when they don't have these types of instructions, when they don't have any information on how to get there, they will try to come up with their own ways, and their ways of creating something may not align with our vision, yeah, of getting there to that result. And trust me, this project checklist is the best one I have seen so far. And yeah, so your students can follow these steps. If needed, of course, they can maybe not follow them exactly to the T. Maybe they need to skip some steps depending on the type of project that they are working on. But for the student project in the classroom, this one is definitely the best. So yeah, think about the mind map, think about the plan of your project, research some information, yeah, don't forget to include keywords, yeah, so the main vocabulary that you are required to use here, yeah, so the paragraph, the text, so divide your information into parts that will be easier to comprehend, yeah, of course, don't forget about the title of the project, include pictures and different captions of the materials, check, yeah, proofread your project, and of course, practice your presentation. Speaking about projects in Full Blast, exactly. So, for example, on one of the pages, they need to do a project. Yeah, so look at the English words and phrases in the box, and do you know what any of them mean? So again, yeah, delving deeper into the language part and finding out the meaning of the words, which can sometimes be hilarious. Choose 3 and do some research on the internet to find out what they mean, yeah? And in which countries are they used? Write each word phrase in a sentence. So not just find the meaning, yeah, but find how they are used and also create your own sentences with those words, yeah? So apply that knowledge to your practical life, basically. One more, yeah, so search the internet and find information about other famous fandoms. So this is from the page about fandoms, yeah, so the people who enjoy certain types of books, films, etc. Find as many interesting facts about them as you can and present them to the class. Maybe your students are already a part of some famous fandom, yeah, and it will be easier for them to work on a project, or maybe in the process of researching information for fandoms, they will become interested in certain fandom and they will try to become a part of it, yeah, who knows. Okay, and make learning fun. How so? Yeah, so most of the time we can see our students being like this at the lesson, yeah, but we all want them to be like this. And let's be real, yeah, learning is not always fun, but it isn't supposed to be boring, yeah, and teachers need to strive to make learning fun. How can we do that? In ways that we have already seen today, yeah? Incorporate games, incorporate digital elements, of course, to a certain extent. It doesn't mean that you need to use only digital resources and nothing else, yeah? So you just need to play games and do just that, play games or just watch videos. No, of course you need to be mindful about the amount of time you spend doing certain things during the lesson, but use, for example, use some digital resources to give your students as a homework. Provide them with the links to relevant and, of course, safe information that they can work with to achieve a certain level of success that they're trying to get to, yeah? And students enjoy learning something when they are engaged into the process and when they are excited about it, yeah? And creating a positive environment in the classroom is the main thing for teachers, and that can help to motivate your students in achieving higher grades than they already have. Okay, and now the news that you all have been waiting for, the surprise that I told you at the beginning about, at the beginning of the webinar. I have the best news here, yeah? So the interactive whiteboard materials for Full Blast Plus 5 and Full Blast Plus 7 are here. We got them from our partners and then publications. I already have them in my possession. So if you want to be able to work with them, please contact me. You can contact me by using the information that we have on our Linguist Publishing House website, or you can use the next slide that I have here. So you can take a picture, you can make a screenshot of this slide, and you can see my email here, you can see my phone number. So to be able to get the interactive whiteboard material for Full Blast Plus 5, 6, and 7, please make sure that you use my email. You write me an email and tell me, I want to receive the IVB for all of 3 grades for the secondary school. I will give you not a link, but I will give you links to the Google Forms that you need to fill out. And in the end, after you press send, you will be able to see a link to the archives. I'm saying it like archives, yeah, so many. And you will be able to download the resources, the materials. If you need any help with understanding how the IVB works, or you have problems with installation, which is very, very easy, let me tell you that. But still, if you have any questions, any problems, I will be happy to help you. So I will do my best. But if I have a lot of if I have a lot of letters in my inbox, I'm very, very sorry. I will be answering them in the order that they arrived into my inbox. Okay. Okay. So thank you all. Thank you all. So if you have the need, you can order the resources for all of our grades from our managers or from our linguist shop. So please make sure that you have all of the information at your disposal. If you need any help, any advice, I'm here. I'm always happy to help. And yeah, thank you. Thank you all for being here today with me. It was a lot of fun. I was very nervous. I can say this truthfully. I was very nervous. I wanted to do my best here, and I think I did. If you need any help, I'm always here to help. And again, yeah, thank you all for being here. Remember, you will receive your letters with the link to the Google form and the possibility to receive your certificate on Thursday. Please make sure to check your emails, to check your junk boxes, because sometimes our letters end up there. I have no idea why. So yeah, if you have any problems with finding your certificates, I will be happy to help. Okay, thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice and quiet evening. And me and my colleagues will see you at our next webinar. Yeah. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.